Today, we're diving into Samsung's much-anticipated One UI 7.0 beta program. It's December, and Samsung is keeping us on the edge of our seats. Will the beta finally drop this month? And more importantly, which countries will get access first? Stick around as we unpack all the juicy details. Before we jump in, remember to join our channel membership for exclusive content, early access to videos, and behind-the-scenes tech talk. The link is in the description below. Now let's get started. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why the wait? Unless Samsung plans to cancel the One UI 7.0 beta program altogether, which we doubt, this is the month it has to launch. History tells us that Samsung prefers a December rollout for its One UI beta programs. Now, rumors are swirling that the beta will debut sometime in the first 2 weeks of December. Samsung is likely sticking to its tradition, starting with the Galaxy S24 series. That means owners of the Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra will get first dibs on the beta program, with other eligible models joining later. Alright, let's talk about who gets it first. Drumroll, please. The initial release will focus on 3 key markets: Germany, Korea, United States. These countries are no strangers to early beta access. They always get first priority, and we're not expecting any surprises this year. However, while we know these 3 markets will kick things off, Samsung hasn't provided an exact launch date yet. If you're in Germany, Korea, or the US, you're in luck, as you'll be the first to try out the exciting new features in One UI 7.0. Now, what about the rest of the world? Don't worry, Samsung isn't forgetting you. Once the second phase begins, the beta program will expand to United Kingdom, India, Poland, China. It's worth noting that the timeline might differ slightly for China, but generally, these countries will follow close behind. The second beta build for Germany, Korea, and the US will likely serve as the first beta release for these additional markets. So if you're in these countries and own a Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, or S24 Ultra, you won't have to wait too long to join the action. What about older devices? Will the Galaxy S23 series get the beta? The answer is probably yes, but only after the S24 series finishes its testing phases. Unfortunately, if you own a Fan Edition model like the S23 FE or S21 FE, it's unlikely you'll see One UI 7.0 beta. And for users of the Galaxy S21 series, the S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra, the chances are slim to none. Samsung seems focused on its newer flagship lineup for this beta cycle. If you're lucky enough to live in one of the initial release countries, Germany, Korea, or the US, you are in for an exciting treat very soon. And for everyone else, hang tight. Your turn is just around the corner. That's a wrap on today's video. What do you think about Samsung's rollout strategy? Are you in one of the lucky countries getting early access, or will you have to wait a bit longer? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you want to take your tech experience to the next level, join our exclusive membership program. Get behind-the-scenes content, exclusive perks, and much more. The link is in the description. Don't miss out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more exciting tech news. The smartphone industry is constantly evolving, with each new year bringing us flagship devices that push the boundaries of technology and design. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the 2 biggest names in the smartphone world right now: Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both phones are powerhouses in their own right, but how do they stack up against each other? Let's dive into the battle of the bigs. Design and size. As expected, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't deviate much from its predecessor when it comes to design. The rectangular shape, soft corners, flat sides, and dynamic island pill-shaped cutout remain. This year, however, the screen has grown from 6.7 inches to a massive 6.9 inches, making it the largest display ever on an iPhone. Its bezels are even thinner, but the overall dimensions have changed slightly, measuring 163mm by 77.6mm. In comparison, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly smaller at 162.3mm in height, but a bit wider at 79mm, making it easier to handle for users who love to use the S Pen for sketching or taking notes. Speaking of the S Pen, Samsung once again offers the stylus nestled into the bottom of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's a feature that remains unique to Samsung in the flagship market, and one that many users either love or ignore completely. The precision of the S Pen, developed in partnership with Wacom, is something to be admired, making it a fantastic tool for creative tasks. Apple, on the other hand, introduces some new tricks with its buttons. The Action button, which debuted in the iPhone 15 Pro series, returns, offering customizable functions for launching apps or activating Siri shortcuts. But the real star of the show is the new camera control button. This physical key, equipped with a capacitive surface, allows users to control the camera with a swipe, much like a traditional camera shutter button, enhancing the photography experience. Both phones come in sleek color options. The iPhone 16 Pro Max offers titanium finishes in white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Meanwhile, Samsung gives users a broader selection with titanium violet, yellow, black, and gray, and 3 exclusive colors if you order directly from Samsung's website. Display differences. When it comes to display, both phones boast impressive technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 6.9-inch OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display that can drop its refresh rate to just 1 Hz, keeping your wallpaper or photos visible even when the phone is asleep. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra comes equipped with its signature AMOLED screen, also featuring a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display. However, Samsung has a slight edge here with its anti-reflective coating, which makes the screen much easier to see outdoors. In contrast, the iPhone struggles with reflections in bright sunlight despite its high brightness. Color accuracy is another area where the two phones differ slightly. The iPhone's display leans towards a yellowish hue, while the Galaxy has a bit of a teal tint. But with both phones offering blue light filters and adaptive color calibration, these differences are minimal in day-to-day use. One new feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop to an incredibly low 1-nit brightness level, making it easier on the eyes in dark environments. Samsung's display already hovers around this level, so both phones are excellent for nighttime use. Performance and software. Under the hood, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-gen 3nm process by TSMC. This cutting-edge chip brings significant improvements in performance and efficiency, particularly when it comes to handling heavy tasks like gaming and AI-driven processes. Apple has also focused on better heat dissipation, addressing the overheating issues that plagued the A17 Pro chip. The Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, specifically tuned for Samsung devices. While both chips are incredibly powerful, benchmarks show that Apple's A18 Pro takes the lead in CPU performance. However, in 3D graphics tests, the Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind, offering stellar gaming performance. Both Apple and Samsung are pushing into the realm of AI, with dedicated NPU cores to handle AI tasks. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with Apple Intelligence, which will roll out new features gradually, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra already boasts AI-powered features like live translation, generative image editing, and transcript summaries. As for software, the iPhone runs iOS, which has seen some welcome changes this year, bringing it closer to the flexibility of Android. You can now place app icons anywhere on the home screen and even customize their colors. But if customization is what you're after, Samsung's One UI still reigns supreme with features like split-screen multitasking, themes, and more. Samsung has also stepped up its software update game, promising 7 years of updates for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, compared to Apple's 5-year commitment for the iPhone. Camera capabilities. Apple has made some significant upgrades to the cameras on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, particularly the ultra-wide camera, which now features a 48-megapixel sensor. The main camera remains at 48 megapixel, and the 5x telephoto camera comes with a 12-megapixel sensor. A new lens coating helps reduce the lens flare issue that has been prevalent in recent iPhone models, especially during night shots. Samsung, as always, is pushing the envelope with its camera hardware. The Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a hopping 200-megapixel main camera, alongside a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, and a 50-megapixel 5x zoom camera. While the megapixel count might seem impressive, the real magic happens in post-processing. Both phones have excellent cameras, but Samsung has a slight edge in zoom performance, while the iPhone tends to over-sharpen fine details like leaves or grass. In low-light conditions, both phones perform admirably, but the iPhone's new lens coating helps reduce the flare and artifacts that can appear in night photos. Samsung, on the other hand, continues to struggle slightly with oversaturated greens in its images, but this is only noticeable when directly comparing photos side by side. Battery and charging. When it comes to battery life, both phones pack a punch. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes with a slightly larger 5,000 mAh battery. However, Samsung takes the lead in charging speeds, offering 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt. For wireless charging, Apple's MagSafe offers 25-watt, while Samsung's wireless charging maxes out at 15 watt. Conclusion. So, which phone is the better choice? It's a tough call. The iPhone 16 Pro Max impresses with its sleek design, powerful A18 Pro chip, and improved cameras, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra excels with its S Pen, higher megapixel count, and faster charging speeds. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference and whether you're more entrenched in Apple's ecosystem or Samsung's Android world. Either way, you're getting a top-tier smartphone that won't disappoint. What do you think about it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until then, take care. Goodbye.